Damage control. Oxford Dictionary defines as action taken to limit the damaging effects of an accident or error. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Well, here we go for round 2 on trying to get this bolt out of the water pump. So, if you didn't see the last episode, let me catch you up. I was going to put a new water pump on the 318, and I broke this bolt that goes in right down here. Now, in the last episode, it was protruding a lot more. However, I went out and bought a pipe wrench, something that I probably should have had a long time ago, but I didn't. Good news, pipe wrench works. Bad news, it broke again. So I really think it's the bond in between the aluminum casing here for the timing cover and the bolt. And because of that, if I can get this timing cover off, I might be able to get that bolt out of the block reasonably easily, maybe, we'll see. But in order to do so, it's time for me to kind of get serious here and pull some of this stuff off so I have some good access to try to get this dude off of here. So radiator's coming out, the overflow tank, so I don't crack it, it's coming out, and then we're gonna have to pull the pulley off, followed by pulling the dampener off. And then there's a couple more bolts and stuff like that. So just a lot of kind of, you know, some mundane things going on. So let me just pull this stuff out real quick, and then we'll get back to the next part. Real quick, I wanted to apologize for not getting the video out last weekend, and that's because I've been wrenching on this thing all week, or all weekend, and I really didn't have time to edit a video, plus some personal stuff. I was on call for work and some things, so I don't like not putting a video out every weekend, and I kind of failed this weekend, but I made a lot of progress here, which means I can get this kind of knocked out. I can get the rest of these videos for this thing knocked out, and maybe put a couple out this week. So quick apology, hope you understand, and go Bevo, right? All right, here's what we have going on. Again, it's where the bolt is, not coming out. Plugged water gallery, so we had to do this in one way or another anyway. And there's so much dirt down here in this I don't know what you want to call it, well, it's a crank pulley, that's what you call it, that I'm gonna have to chisel that out until I can get to the bolts that bolt the pulley on the dampener. That's no joke. Look at this. I think maybe something might have been living here. I'm starting to feel bolts now. Wow, that's insane. 6 volts. Word of caution, I'm about to do something real dumb. So proceed at your own risk if you're doing something like this. The crank bolt down here is 1.25 inches, and if you can see, I have a big long wrench on there that's resting on the frame rail. Here's my theory, and it's been done before. It's not too uncommon of a practice, it's just not recommended. I'm gonna hit the starter, which is going to rotate the crank this way. By doing so, it's going to put pressure on the frame rail, on the bolt, and it should loosen the bolt. The reason I'm doing that, because I don't have 1.25 inch socket, and I don't want to lose progress. So this might be a dumb move, but I'm gonna go for it. Again, proceed at your own caution. It's in gear. Man, that didn't work. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Try it one more time. It's not gonna work, guys. And here's how I should have done it in the first place. All right. All right. Lesson learned. Just do it the right way. Just do it the right way. All right, I got the pulley puller on the dampener, so I'm going to pull the dampener off now. Hopefully that won't take too long. And then we'll try to get this timing chain cover off. Oh boy. Pull the rest of these bolts up. Oh boy. Well, we're draining the blocks for sure. I have officially gotten way dirtier than I had wanted to be, so at least that's out of the way. But I just took all the bolts out of this timing chain cover. FYI, there are 2 1/2 inch headed bolts that go underneath here on this side and this side. There's a bolt there. I don't think there's any other bolts here. There's not. This holds power steering pump in, 2 bolts there. And then there's a bolt here, and then all the water pump bolts also hold it in. So I'm going to tap it with a dead blow, but let me turn this on. I have a theory that it's not going to go anywhere because I still think it's lodged on this bolt right here. So let's test that theory. Now this is a fuel pump boss here. I took the fuel pump out, obviously. Can I get, where is this going to want to come out? Any boss or anything I can pry on? I do not care if I break this thing. I have another one. Like I said, I used to be a Mopar guy. And finding out now why. See, it's loose on this side. It ain't loose on this side. I'm not sure what all you guys can see, but this is the culprit right here. So, how do I go about that? I can sawzall it right here. And you can definitely do that. You can maybe even sawzall it here. I'm just going to have to take the dipstick tube out, which is really hard to do without breaking it. Alright, here's my plan, or some of it. I'm going to cut here with the Sawzall. It should be pretty easy to cut through. This is aluminum, remember? And then I might try to come up here and cut as well, like just cut through it so we can pull this off, and then see if there's any way I can try to cut this out around it and then get that off, and then try to find a way to get that aluminum broke off of there. So here goes nothing. Okay, I don't have much left resort, so I'm not proud of what I'm about to do, but again, I don't have much left I can do to get this thing off, not get a bunch of shavings in the motor. So I'm going to try to pry on this thing and break the cover. I'm going to put this over so we don't have shrapnel everywhere. Just going to pry on it. Jeez. I've torched it. I have cut it, never leaved it. There's not much else I can do and not get aluminum shavings all in the motor, which is why I stopped with the grinding and stuff. And this is a pretty strong area here. I don't know what to do. There we go. That's something. Well, maybe sometimes you just gotta get mad at it. And that thing's gonna come out once I cut all that off. Sweet. What a pain in the butt, guys. What a pain in the butt. How do I get the rest of it off now? Good question, right? Well, I'm just breaking some more stuff off of here. Seeing what I can get away with. little bit at a time. All right. Yay! Is that enough to spin? We'll see. Probably not. Nope. I'm gonna have to cut this off too, I think. Well, let's find out. All right. See what we have here. Look at that. And check this out. Oh my God. And the bolt came out. See? The corrosion is in the aluminum. I've got a lot of cleaning to do, but that is out. Oof. We got it out. Well, good morning. Again, I'm out here at storage and I'm in search of something. One, I'm in search of more space because we've got too much crap going on. But down here, I think, if I remember, oh yes, I've got the things that I need. So let's look at this. Use Gramps 4.8 to look at them. There we go. I have 2 timing chain covers for small block Mopars. I thought I did. I don't know if there's any difference in these two. This was on a 340 that I once had, and it looks okay. And this is on a, I forgot what this came off of. I don't remember at all. I can't see the number on it. Looks like a later model. What I'll do is I'll probably just grab them both. I don't think there's any difference, but I knew I had these. Actually, I knew I had one of them. I didn't realize I had 2 of them. I don't know what this is off of. And that's why I broke the timing chain cover to get that bolt out of there. So, you know, I wasn't too concerned about all that because I knew that I could fix it. So let me grab both of these and yeah, I'll bring them home. I'm about to go get some parts like a timing chain cover gasket, front seal, all that good stuff, so we can clean this thing out and put it back together. So glad I still have these. Damage control. Oxford Dictionary defines as action taken to limit the damaging effects of an accident or error. Well, that's what I'm in the middle of right now. Hi, I'm Damage Control Ryan. This thing got a little out of hand, as we can tell that I had to break the timing chain cover. I kind of wish I had an air hammer now, because maybe I could have done this in a better way. So that's on the list that I need to buy. However, I got a job done. You saw that I went out to the storage shed and I found that I have 2 other timing chain covers, so I'm good on that. But I took my scope out, my little Amazon scope. I wish I could tell you the part number and everything on it, but I don't remember it. And I can hook it up to my laptop and I can take a little video. So I took this video, and you can see that there is a center river of aluminum flakes and pieces and chunks. And as much as I was going to talk myself into, oh, I can just flush that out maybe with some brake clean, there's no way I would have got that all out of there. And that could have possibly went through the oiling system into a bearing and wrecked the motor. That is good. So I did what I didn't want to do. I got out here this morning and I got after it, Took me about an hour and a half, but I got the oil pan off. And you can see, I'm trying to get y'all a good view on there. There's still all kinds of aluminum flake, and I just couldn't roll like that. Also, like, there's huge chunks of aluminum in there, just like that piece right there. Now this probably wouldn't have gotten up into the oil pickup tube, but it definitely could have ping-ponged around in the crankshaft. And then, you know, there's all kind of sludge too. So with all that said, it's just gonna make more sense to get this thing all cleaned up and then put all back together, so that we're not worried about wrecking the motor after all that jazz. Not really happy about having to pull that thing off. However, it was one of the easier oil pans I've ever pulled off, and I didn't have to lift the motor or anything. It just kind of came out. So very, very happy that that part is done. So with that said, I'm at a stopping point here. It's time for me to regroup. I'm going to get all the bolts and the tools and everything else cleaned and organized and kind of like back to square one, because my garage and my porch are just disasters. I don't want to show y'all that. I'm embarrassed of it. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be at a stopping point. I've got to get this cleaned out. I'm going to put some Chemtool in the bottom of it and let it sit overnight, and then drain that out, and then we're pressure washing. We're going to pressure wash this. This is the plate between the transmission and the engine, where the starter goes, and I've got another plate down there somewhere. I've got this all cleaned off and aluminum flakes out of it. I got a new timing chain for it, and you saw the new timing chain cover. If you guys want to see what the motor looks like without the oil pan on it, we can get down here and show you all of that. It's kind of cool. Oil pickup tube looks really good. I'm not putting the oil pickup or oil pump on it. I'm not changing the rear main seal because it's not leaking. And I'm just doing everything I can to make sure that this motor, while dirty, is good. Now, I've also come to learn that most of this junk on this motor, I thought it was going to be just, you know, caked in oil, which there's oil. Most of this is mud and dirt. So I don't know if someone decided to have a mudding experience with this thing, or sitting in a field, dusty, dirty field in, you know, East Texas or West Texas for a long time, just built up like this, and it just got gross. But overall, this motor's in good shape. So just time to regroup, get ready to put everything back together. I'm glad I've got the cooling system cleaned out. It'll have a new water pump, all that jazz. So that'll be, reassembly will be the next video. It's time for me to get all this stuff cleaned up and ready to go back on. And that's going to be big old massive experience, since I need to, you know, pull layers and layers of dirt and mud and grease off this thing. So thanks for coming along. Thank you for your time, most of all, because your time is one of the most important things in the world, and if you spend it to watch this video, I'm certainly appreciative of it. We always are. We got a lot of things coming up. I know I always say that, but it's boating season. The boat videos that we recently did are getting a lot of attention because it's boating season, and I would really like to get off of this project and back on to that project. So we got a lot to do. But the more I get organized and cleaned up, the more prepared I'm going to be able to put this stuff back together pretty fast. And then we'll see what happens with Bevo. We don't know. So again, thanks for your time. If you get a chance, go check out the rest of our YouTube channel. It's got well over 100 videos on it, and of course that increases every week. Check out our Facebook and Instagram at the RacerX Garage. You can always check out our website too. I haven't updated it in a while, but I need to, and that's racerxgarage.com. Of course, if you have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I think you'll enjoy the content, and we appreciate everybody that comes along for these rides. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you when we're ready to put this thing back together. Until next time, as always, y'all be good.